Yes, thank you. Yeah, my name's John Fitzgerald. I'm the founder and CEO of a startup company called Impact 9, based here in Dublin. And what we're looking at is really developing technology related to offshore aquaculture and the challenge of bringing fish production, but also other forms of aquaculture into more high energy exposed environments. So my own background is actually more in the marine renewable energy sector. I spent a long time looking at wave energy and looking at solutions for mooring wave energy structures in high energy environments. So it's bringing some of that knowledge into this sector is what we've been looking at. And I guess I was inspired a little bit about developments in Norway in particular, things like this structure, Have Farm 1, which is a very impressive structure launched last year to grow salmon. But it's expensive, 100 million euros, 33,000 tons of steel. And some of the things we'd learned, I say, in marine renewable energy, particularly how to use flexible structures in high energy environments, is something I thought maybe we could bring to this type of problem. So what we are looking at is, as I say, fundamentally an underlying flexible structures technology and working towards offshore fish production. But we also see now a lot of bridging markets in mussel production, possibly kelp production, and other shellfish as well. So, but yeah, the fish production still provides us that real kind of flagship technology project, if you like. So I hope this video plays okay. I have a video here which I think will help explain a lot more. It's really based around two technologies. The first is an inflatable beam technology, which can be used to suspend nets around a much smaller central structure. And the second technology then is how you stabilize that kind of structure with elastic tendon type elements around that. So yeah, the design really is enabled by those underlying structures, if you like, and that allows us to separate the mooring attachments from any of the kind of external collar structures that would be in conventional fish pen systems where you're mooring onto plastic rings. So just this year, we've been doing a lot of tests and engineering. We've been testing at 1:30 scale in the laboratory in University College Cork. So you see some of the video footage here where we're looking at collecting data on, attachment points, mooring loads, motions, etc., and validating the numerical models we have that help us to understand that. So we've been looking at the issue in terms of, do we bring this out into the open Atlantic conditions or just out a little bit into more exposed conditions like the Irish Sea? So we have a lot of data now to allow us to understand and validate models to help us do that, and look at storm conditions like this here, which is a 7-meter wave storm, which would be like the middle of the Irish Sea or in some more protected sea, but maybe Mediterranean Sea type conditions as well. And also then this very large wave here, a 24-meter wave coming through, which would be more like open Atlantic conditions. And that, while that looks challenging, you can see here a lot of kind of green water and overtopping, it still looks possible even in that very aggressive environment to be able to position structures out there, but always using flexible structures to do that economically, and also provide a containment that's more sympathetic to the ocean for the fish who have to live inside the ocean from their frame of reference. We've been thinking a lot as well about the operational aspects and how you can operate such structures in that environment cost effectively. So hopefully that's a very kind of snapshot view. And as I say, in terms of an IRANET project, we'd be thinking more along the lines of one of those bridging markets. And what we want to do at the moment is to bring, we've been testing a structure here on the right to bring into mussel production to replace individual floats. And what we'd like to do is do an 80-meter sea trial of that hardware, in fact, deploy a test that look at the advantages in terms of, can we reduce visual impact because it's got ballast control and can compensate for biomass growth, look at loads, reduce dynamics in the growth, things like that. So a lot of interesting science to be done, but also in partnering beyond the kind of core hardware, can we get, what are the marine operations? So, in terms of partnership, looking at the validating the marine engineering and the marine operational aspects and designing those a bit better, and the longer term economic analysis, both of those bridging markets, but also offshore salmon production. As you open up production beyond the fjords and the current, how do you do it in a way that's more cost effective even than current methods? So kind of looking for partnership in those areas, So to keep it within 5 minutes, I was only going to present that today and hand back, and if anyone had any questions, I'm happy to follow up and talk again. So that was it, really. Back to you.